Hey, what's up guys? It's me Geoid back with another video. This is episode 7 of How to Get Started Trading. In our last episode, we went over risk management and position sizing, which are the most critical skills you can have as a trader. Today, we're stepping into a more advanced topic, futures trading and leverage. A tool that can multiply your profits, but can also wipe out your account if you're not careful. Okay, let's dive into this.
All right, so here's what we're going to cover today. First up, we'll get into what futures are, this kind of double-edged sword. Then, we'll talk leverage, the great amplifier. After that, we're tackling the big one, liquidation, the account killer. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. We're going to show you exactly how to defend yourself with margin and rules, point out the common mistakes to avoid, and then wrap it all up with a final verdict. Spot versus futures. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's kick things off with Section 1, Futures. You gotta understand this from the get-go. This isn't your regular buy and hold game. This is, well, it's the high-stakes table. It's powerful, for sure, it's fast, but man, if you don't respect it, it has a serious dark side.
So what exactly is a futures contract? Well, here's the key thing you need to get. You are not buying the actual coin. You don't own the Bitcoin, you don't own the Ethereum. What you're buying is basically an agreement, a contract that just follows the price of that asset. It's like betting on the score of a game instead of owning one of the teams. And here's where it gets really interesting. It lets you profit whether the price goes up, that's called going long, or if the price goes down, that's shorting. And that ability to play both sides of the market, that's what makes it so powerful, but also so dangerous.
All right, moving on to Section 2. Let's talk about leverage. I like to call it the great amplifier. You could also think of it as the rocket fuel for futures trading. This is the magic, or maybe the madness, that lets you, with your small account, control a huge position. It sounds amazing, right? But you've got to remember, it amplifies everything, the good and the bad.
Okay, let's make this super simple. Let's say you have $100, just $100 in your account. Now, if you're spot trading, that's easy. Your $100 buys you, you guessed it, $100 worth of crypto. But with futures, it's a completely different ballgame.
So, you take that same $100 and you add just 10x leverage. Suddenly, you're not trading with $100 anymore. You're controlling a $1,000 position. Now, think about this. If the price moves just 1% in your favor, you don't make $1. No, you make $10. That's a 10% gain on your $100 from a 1% move. It's incredible, right? But, and this is a huge but, the reverse is also true. A 1% move against you and you lose $10. It's a perfect amplifier for your gains and your losses. And right here, this is where most beginners get wiped out. I'm not kidding. This is the big trap. That feeling of controlling $1,000 with only 100 of your own, it's intoxicating, it's exciting, but it's also a siren song leading you straight to the rocks. That combo of wanting fast profits and using a powerful tool like leverage, that's the exact recipe for how new traders blow up their accounts.
It's time to talk about the account killer itself, liquidation. This is the #1 risk in futures trading, bar none. And let me be crystal clear. Liquidation is not just a bad trade. It's not a normal loss. This is the exchange itself stepping in, taking control away from you, and shutting your position down for good. And when that happens, your money's gone. You have to understand this.
So let's break down the difference here, because it's absolutely crucial. Think of a stop loss. That's your tool. You are in control. You decide the exact price where you say, nope, I'm out, this trade isn't working, you pull the trigger. Now, liquidation? That's the complete opposite. That's when the exchange is in control. They don't ask you. They see your position is losing too much money, and they forcibly close it for you to protect themselves. You lose all control, and you lose all the money you put into that trade. Let's put some numbers to this to make it real. Say you're using that 10x leverage we talked about. All it takes is for the price to move about 10% against you, and boom, you could get liquidated. Now, if you've been in crypto for more than 5 minutes, you know a 10% swing can happen in the blink of an eye. Your wiggle room, your margin for error is razor thin.
And it gets even crazier. You think, hey, I'll use 20x leverage. Well, guess what? You just cut your safety margin in half. Now a tiny 5% move against you is all it takes to get wiped out. It's a perfect example of flying too close to the sun. The more leverage you use, the faster you burn.
Okay, I know that was a lot of doom and gloom, but here's the good news. You are not helpless. This isn't just a random casino game. There are ways to defend yourself. Let's talk about how you can protect your account.
The first line of defense is understanding your margin type. And this is a big one. With isolated margin, you're basically putting the money for one specific trade into its own little safety deposit box.
If that trade goes south, the only money at risk is what's inside that box. Simple. But with cross margin, man, that's like leaving the vault door to your entire account wide open. A losing trade can start pulling money from your entire balance to try and stay alive. So let me say this as clearly as I can. If you are a beginner, you should only ever use isolated margin. Full stop.
And that brings us to the 3 golden rules. Seriously, write these down. Rule 1, use low leverage. I'm talking 2x, maybe up to 5x max when you're starting. Forget the 100x stuff you see online. Rule 2, always, and I mean always, use a stop loss. It's your escape hatch. Use it. You decide when you get out, not the exchange. And rule number 3, everything we talked about in the last episode on position sizing still applies. You should still only be risking 1 to 2% of your account on a single trade. Leverage doesn't give you a free pass to be reckless.
All right, section 5. Let's talk about the common mistakes. These are the classic traps, the quicksand that new traders just seem to walk right into. If you can spot these, you're already way ahead of the game.
Yeah, this is basically a how to lose all your money checklist. First up, using way too much leverage, going for that 50x, 100x Lambo trade. Don't do it. Next, not using a stop loss. It's like driving a race car with no brakes. Then there's emotional revenge trading. You take a loss, you get angry, you jump back in to make it back immediately. That's a recipe for disaster. Using cross margin by mistake and not realizing you've put your whole account on the line. And probably the biggest one, treating futures like you're at a Vegas slot machine. It's not gambling, it's a business. Avoid these, and I promise you, you will already be doing better than most people who try this.
So we've been through a lot. The power, the danger, the rules. This brings us to our final section, the verdict. Spot versus futures. When should you use which? Because at the end of the day, they're both just tools, and it's all about using the right tool for the right job. And this chart here really lays it all out. Look at spot trading. Who's it for? Beginners and long-term holders. The risk level is way lower. And here's the key. You actually own the coin. There is absolutely no liquidation risk. Your portfolio can drop, sure, but you still own your assets. Now look at futures trading. This is for advanced, short-term traders. The risk level, very high. You don't own the coin, you own a contract. And that liquidation risk, it's always there, lurking in the background. Listen, I really want you to let this next point sink in. Losses are normal in trading. Say it with me. Losses are normal. Every pro trader takes losses. It's just the cost of doing business. But getting liquidated, that is not normal. That is a catastrophic failure. That's a sign that your risk management completely broke down. Your number one job as a trader should be to make sure liquidation isn't even in the realm of possibility. So look, futures can be an awesome tool. They're not evil, but they are incredibly unforgiving. They demand discipline, not greed. So the real question you got to ask yourself is, have you mastered the basics first? Are you solid on your risk management? Because I'll tell you what, even with the best strategy in the world, the biggest fight isn't against the charts. It's about mastering your own emotional control. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into in our next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.